Coach, you didn't think you was going to get away from me, did you?
Yes.
Come on around on this side.
Oh no.
Come on around on this side. So I'm just ambushing people right now.
Okay.
That's what
I
I'm
love
doing.
your setup.
That is what I'm doing. So
Okay.
we'll have a seat here, so make sure we can get in here. Tell everybody who you are and why you're here.
Yeah. So my name is Coach Christy Smith Ryan. I'm with Central Catholic High School in Portland, Oregon.
All right, nice little tip for you, huh?
Yeah. Got my CSCS. So here at the NSCA, this is our national convention, which is where we come to obviously humble ourselves, but to learn how to be the greatest coaches on the face of the planet.
Well, we try. As many years as I've been coming here, I don't know if I've ever reached that status, but I'm doing this show now, so
I love the setup, by the way.
we've reached something. We don't really know what it is. Here's the question I'm going to ask you, and I don't try to keep you too long because I know you want to do some things. What has the NSCA meant to your career?
Oh, I can tell you in just one sentence. For me, it's the people in the place.
Okay.
Finding your tribe in life. Being a coach has always been a passion for me. I actually started in collegiate track and field coaching.
Okay.
But morphed into being a strength coach. And it was a simple morph because all strength coaches are just the most amazing people. So for me, it was just the people in the place, just feeling that love from day one, finding my community, finding my tribe, finding you today.
See, there we go.
This is just what we do. So just finding that love in the place for the things that I love and dream about. For my students is just phenomenal.
Well, I'm glad that you put your bags right there. And I'm glad that I got to get to you first.
Yes.
And I'm going to hand you this and invite you to our podcast.
Great, thank you.
Okay. If you just look it up on LinkedIn, because if you text the number and I don't realize what's going on, I might go, bleep, don't know what it is. I won't do it on purpose, but well, thank you for stopping
No,
by.
thank you. I appreciate
right.
you. And all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Chrissy, this is Tessa.
Hi, how are you? I don't think we've met.
So she's the state director.
Right on.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Come on over here.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta. So now I know that you're working with the NSCA, right?
Yes, sir.
I've seen you around a little bit. I've talked to Eric and what's old boy's name, Scott.
Yep.
And so tell me a little bit about you and how you got to this position.
I can give you the short version. Like
Give me the short
you want
version.
like a 2-minute version?
If you got 2 hours, I'll take it. But no, I'm just
I'll
kidding.
give you some content. So,
well, you can come back and forth.
Okay.
I'm not mad, but give us the short version of what you're doing here today, and what you got going on.
So my name is Frederick Brooks. I'll give you a little bit about me. But born and raised in Lufkin, Texas.
Okay.
Went to a small high school, graduated with like 85 people. Shout out to Pollock Central High School.
There you go.
Yep. Graduated with like 85 people in 2001. Went to Prairie View A&M. Shout out to the Panthers.
Right.
For a year. Was on the baseball team. I'll say I played baseball. I always say I played baseball. But I was on the team. Didn't get much playing time.
Did you go to practice?
I went to practice.
All right. You was on the baseball team.
I traveled with the team. I just didn't get a lot of playing time. So, but then 9/11 happened. So I go home, back to Lufkin. I signed up to join the Marine Corps. Went in the Marine Corps in 2002. I'm sorry. Served for 10 years. Did 2 combat tours. Was in Okinawa, Japan, California. Finished in Quantico, Virginia. Got out. With honorable discharge, went to school at George Mason University. Shout out to the Patriots, George Mason.
You're getting them all later.
I'm getting them all. Like,
ain't no problem with that.
But went to school in George Mason, got my degree in recreation, health, and fitness resources. Moved out to Washington State.
Okay.
So I'm in the greater Seattle area right now. I've been out there for almost 9 years. My role in the NSCA now is the state director for Washington State. But how I got there is a whole nother different story.
Well, here's what we're going to do, and we can talk about as much of it as you want.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you this card, too.
Thanks, sir.
To make sure that you contact me. and we'll try to get a time where we can get you on the podcast.
Okay.
And we can talk in depth about your story for about an hour or so.
Yeah.
But, you know, I recognize a lot of guys that have served because I did.
Thank you for your service also.
You know, but this is also a service profession.
Absolutely.
If you're not ready to give of yourself in strength and conditioning, forget about it.
Yeah.
But I know you got work to do. I appreciate you,
Thank you, sir.
taking the ambush.
I appreciate it. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just set
Yeah,
stands
you got to
and
turn
they
and
work.
run into it, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely give you a call. Thank you so
All right.
much.
So that's the first two for today. We appreciate them stopping by. It's always great to talk to new people about new things and different things because, you know, this profession is more diverse than some people might think it is, and it's full of great people and great ideas. As much as sometimes we complain as professionals about why things are happening or what's going on, I think we sometimes forget that, you know, people are the driving force for all of this, and what that means is that people will either make the difference one way or the other. Okay, if you're with us live right now, forgive the downtime. Sometimes there is downtime because what we do is let people do what they're going to do, okay? And then we try to catch them as they come by. We have some folks that you're going to see today or during this event that are scheduled. We think some of them are from the podcast, and we think that you're going to enjoy those who come by. So just stick around with us here for a little bit while we go ahead and try to, get things going the way we want to. Again, this is called our Walkabout series. This is Performance Talk, and we're with you live, making sure that we can give you some insight to what we got going on. Don't want me to catch you, do you? Come on over. Come on over here.
What's that?
Just jump up.
All right. Okay.
Have a seat. Ladies and gentlemen, I have my next victim.
Oh man.
No. So I just grab people when they walk by.
Okay.
It's for podcast Performance Talk.
All right.
What we do is talk about all things performance,
Okay.
and we try to talk to everybody that's in the profession. We're here today at the National Convention, one, because I've been part of this performance thing the strength conditioning thing for over 25 years, but also to get to know other people and what they're doing. So tell us who you are, what you're doing, what this means to you.
My name's Christina. I am a personal trainer and a certified strength and conditioning specialist. This is my first time going to one of these conferences in person. Thank you. It's really awesome. I've been training for 4 years, so not very long.
That's
and the
okay.
more that I learn, the more that I know that I don't know. So I love going to things like this because then it just really
Right.
like broadens my horizon for all things knowledge.
I think with don't forget that you probably have a lot to offer to guys, girls, people, professionals that have been at this longer than you. It's called a fresh perspective, and so get out there, mingle, talk to people. Don't be afraid to walk up to people. I remember my first couple of conferences ever. And I just kind of shrunk around.
Sure, yeah, that's kind of a, yeah.
I didn't really want to be seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But look, see that guy right there? Go talk to him. He's probably got a whole bunch of stuff for him. What I'm saying is there's a bunch of older guys here and women that some you've heard of, some that you haven't. You know, we look like old aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas walking around. You know, just take a chance. You'll be surprised. I'm not trying to keep everybody forever today.
Yes, totally.
I appreciate you taking the challenge and running into the ambush.
Absolutely.
But have fun, enjoy yourself, learn something new.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as she takes off exit stage right, we are back at it, and we are just looking for the next person to talk to. Hopefully, we get a chance to talk to a variety of people for a variety of reasons. I'm gonna run off here and try to get somebody if we can. If we can. I'm really trying not to. Sir, I'm going to ask you to join me for a second, if you will. Here.
Okay.
This is the podcast performance talk.
Okay.
My name is Ewell Gordon.
Nice to meet you.
My partner in crime is Chris Costa.
Okay.
He's not here with me today. However, I do believe I have talked to you a little bit on LinkedIn or online somewhere.
Okay.
I'm familiar with your career in Missouri. I'm from Missouri.
Oh, what part?
So I went to, I'm from Lexington, Missouri.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I
just
went-
off I-70.
Yeah, I went
Yeah.
to Missouri Valley College.
Okay. Yeah, Darren Marshall.
Yep, I played ball and ran track there.
Nice.
So, and before, after that, a military career, and then I'm back here. But I get guys that are in the field, and we talk about performance and what that means. And this conference today, we're doing what we call a walkabout series, and it's just to introduce more people to what we're trying to do. And I listened to your talk earlier, and you talked about learning the language.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
and being willing to be out there a little bit without feeling like you were the only one. So introduce yourself to our public, to our audience, and say a little bit about yourself, and then I won't keep you too long. I know you got things to do.
Yeah, Brian Mann. I'm new at Texas A&M University. I'm going to be getting a bachelor's of strength conditioning going there, hoping to add some strength conditioning into their sports physiology program. Small town kid, backwoods Oklahoma. That one of the examples of upward mobility through education.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a trailer with an outhouse. We couldn't afford plumbing.
Man.
And we just kept going and kept grinding to try and make things better. Try and help people out wherever I can, when I can, and just do the right thing. That's me.
Well, one of the things about the upbringing like we had, Oklahoma, Central Missouri, the Kansas area, maybe a little bit into Arkansas.
Oh yeah, the Ozarks.
Man, you better work.
Yeah, you better. Yeah.
Or you wasn't eating.
That's right.
If you wanted to eat, you better go to work. The last question I'll ask you is, if you were. Oh, by the way, I'm living in New Braunfels, Texas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Man, down there in Music City, almost.
yeah,
So-
almost. Yeah, right around. I live literally 6 miles from Green.
Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, that's on my bucket list to go check out.
Yeah,
man.
well, if you ever get that way, let me know.
I will.
But the final question I have for you is, kind of tell our audience what a conference like this means to the profession.
Man, a conference like this, I think, means everything. And I think it means everything because of the connection that you can make. Like while we have talked on LinkedIn, I'm not going to, or Facebook or whatever it happens to be.
Whatever it was,
that doesn't create a whole lot. There's no relationship. There won't be a memory and things that are long lasting. Versus here, I mean, I just saw Kyle Dietz walk behind me and Andrea Moody. These people have been in the field forever. You get to talk to them. You get to create the relationship. You get, it goes back to. I don't watch new movies because I've got kids and I work a ton. So I have not seen, other than like the last movie I saw in the theater was Frozen 2.
Yeah. You've been gone a minute, man.
Yeah, I have. But it was Good Will Hunting, right? And Matt Damon's character was doing everything he could to piss off Robin Williams' character.
Right.
And Robin Williams comes back at him the next day and he's like, you might know all of this information, but you don't know what it smells like in a Sistine Chapel and what it feels like in the air to look up and see all these things. Right. Conversely, you don't know what it feels like. Dude, I met John Garhammer last night.
Oh,
I
really?
met John Garhammer. The Garhammer and Stone. I met him last night, way back at the back.
In the
I
corner.
wouldn't get that if I was doing this virtually.
Right.
I wouldn't know what it feels like to have just making sure he's not going to bear hug me from behind or something. To have Cal come
That's
up and
all
lift
right.
you up off the ground, or to get a hug from Hootie, or to have all of these different experiences. These conferences are about the experiences, and the experiences, the environment stimulates thought, stimulates creativity, stimulates connections,
Wow.
and that's what life is about.
That's
and
what
you
it's all
can't get
about,
that
man.
from a computer screen.
That's
I have
what it's all
gotten
about.
offers for so many, like, hey, you want? I want to give you this entrance to this mobile virtual conference, and some of them are great friends of mine. I can't do it for more than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I got ADHD, but
We are. You're like me. We kind of have to be in the moment and with
Yeah, 100%.
with somebody. I do this podcast and we do it with the camera on. Although we post it audio and visual.
yeah,
But I got if I'm going to talk to you, I got to be able to see you.
yeah.
If I'm going to
100%.
last more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
And okay, I try to tell some of my colleagues that are not members of the NSCA, and I tell them, I said, here's what I get from the whole thing. It's being able to, if I think something is wrong, I can voice that, of course, professionally.
Yeah.
But I can voice it. I can call somebody. I can call Eric. I can call.
Yeah.
I can call whoever's and say, hey, look, I'm not sure we're
Yeah.
doing this way.
And let's go down that rabbit hole for just a minute.
Yeah.
That if you think that something needs to change in the profession, the NSCA has got, I think it's something like 60 employees and 35,000 people that have been certified or members. How do you think stuff's going to get done from 60 people? This is a volunteer-led organization,
Right.
volunteer-ran organization.
Right.
So if you got a problem, this is the place to come to learn how to fix it.
Yeah, hey man, I'm with you all the way. Look, I know you got things to do. I don't want to keep you too long.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Maybe I'll give you a call sometime,
Yeah.
or catch you, or if you remember, just shoot me a text.
Yeah.
And we'll get you on the podcast and have a longer talk for some of our younger viewers.
Sounds good.
That
We can do
that I think need it.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to get a hold of me, it's super easy. J Brian Mann is my socials on all of them. I can't, and that's even my email at Texas A&M. jbrianmann at tamu.edu.
He said on
So,
all of them. I'm not,
That's it, man. I
I'm
can't.
not-
I've had too many concussions that can make it complex. So, thank you for the opportunity here, you.
And no problem. I appreciate you stopping by.
My pleasure.
My pleasure. Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, you heard right there. That's J. Brian Mann. He's at Texas A&M. We're talking about this profession and this particular conference this year. So that's what we want to know from you. That's what we hear from you. And just stand by for more. Oh, let's continue to talk about the Walkabout series. Okay, the Walkabout series came about because we wanted to get out in the different professions that are important to performance. Now we have strength conditioning specialists here today and this weekend, but we're planning on going to the sports psychology convention, the nutritionist convention, the athletic trainers convention, and physical therapists or physios, as they're often called right now. So, yeah, that's one of the things that we're doing today and tomorrow, and along with walking around and meeting up with people and talking to people that some have been on the show, some have not, but that's what we're going to do, and so we're going to appreciate that. So, as if you stick around with us live. Okay, just be patient as people walk around and walk in and out, and I get somebody to come on over and sit down and talk with us. Again, if you want to go onto one of our social media platforms and ask questions, I'll try to see if we can't get it figured out to where we can pull something there and have you get your questions answered. But in the meantime, stick around as we do what we're doing. right, so later on today, what we're going to be doing is walking around as well, and maybe stopping by some of the vendors to have a little chat with them and to see what we got going on. This is one of those things that, you know, what we want to do is give you a feel for what's going on. We're sitting here in the members area right now because it's the best place for us to be set up, and it's the best place for us to do the things that we're doing. So where you going? So yeah, we're going to continue to do that, and I will try to catch people. I'll ambush them without being the creepy guy out here. Don't want to do that, definitely, but we definitely want to get some more folks in here, and we should be able to do that here pretty shortly. There's a lot of people, and we're still in the morning, and people are kind of cruising by, taking their time. And so I want everybody to enjoy the conference without, having to feel like they are the victims of some guy just out here doing whatever. What we want to do is continue to find a diverse group of people, as diverse as possible, to tell you about how they feel about the conference. So hopefully you can hear me, and we're not taking this off too far, but yeah, so everything should be pretty good. Where are we? Coach, you gonna come talk to us?
Oh,
Come on, man.
you don't want to hear from me.
Come on, Coach.
You don't want to hear from me.
Come on, Coach. Everybody wants to hear from everybody.
I've done these things before. They don't want to hear from me.
That's all right. Come on.
No.
Come on, man.
No.
They're hearing from you.
You had Coach Mann over there.
That's all right.
That's all you need.
We're hearing from everybody, man. Come on. You're the first person I'm having to convince. Don't let my record go bad.
Because if you knew who I was, people would be laughing at you trying to convince me to do this.
No. Well, then come on over here and tell us who you are.
I'm gonna have to do. I have to do this later on, by force anyway.
By force, they're making you do it. So,
Yes.
So who are you, Coach Stevenson?
I am somebody that's been around a long time.
Man, I bet I've been around just as long as you have.
And so, like, I used to work for the NSCA,
Okay.
and I created the whole TSAC program. And,
Yeah.
and the
So
Impact
why don't I
Award.
want to talk to you, man?
Because
Listen.
everybody's gonna hear from me tonight. Tomorrow night.
Okay, so let me do this. Let me give you my card. All right. I'm going to give you my card. I run the podcast here, Performance Talk. We've had Eric, we've had Scott, we've had several other guys from the NSCA on, and former people that used to work here. That's my personal card, not from the podcast, but that's got my number on it, and I know I've seen you. We might even be connected on LinkedIn.
Maybe, yeah.
I wait till I see the last name, but it's hard to see. I can't see
I
anything.
know.
You see it,
Yeah, my glasses are upstairs. Oh, actually, they might be in the back.
But I seen Mark, but I said that's not the Mark I think it is. Then I seen Stevenson. I said, maybe so. So I'm not gonna force you to come over here and sit next to me, but I might come and listen to you later on tonight. You might see me over there with my phone like this, like I'm at a concert, man. Come on.
Maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
We'd be glad to have you.
I'll do it tomorrow.
We'd be glad to have you.
Yeah, Brian. So that's a big one there. So
Well, you know,
I don't know what I have to offer.
well, I promise you, you got plenty to offer. Your own perspective is not the same as his.
So, yeah,
I promise you that.
maybe I'll stop by tomorrow.
Yeah, there's no specific questions. We like to say we're professionals talking to professionals, and it's all about the backyard barbecue. We're not here to, I'm not smart enough to try to ambush anybody. so
I wasn't worried about that.
so we're not doing that. And then other than that, it's just there's a lot of folks out there, man, that don't know about this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you be off the camera today, but I got your audio.
I want to
And
hear what Brian did
and I
first.
appreciate that. He came through.
How you
He
doing,
did
Mark?
good.
Good.
Coming through.
He's trying to convince me to do this.
Yeah, hop on, shit.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll tomorrow or
Well,
maybe later today if you're around.
if you do or you don't, it was nice talking to you and actually getting to meet you.
I'll talk to you.
All right.
Hey, thanks.
Appreciate you, man. Well, that was Mark Stevenson, and I knew I recognized his name from the TSAC stuff long ago. Well, not too long ago, but back in 2016. I'll bring up some of the stuff that I wanted to talk about with that when he's on the show. I'm not going to try to ambush him, like I said. Well, we are here just to talk to professionals. And, you know, he's a modest guy, and he's a humble guy, but he is someone you want to hear from. He is someone you want to talk to, especially if you're in the tactical realm and you're training and working with first responders and folks like that. This is a guy you want to know about. So I will look forward to having him come on and talk about those kind of things. And continue with that. So we are moving right along here. I will try to stop one or two other people before we go on the actual walkabout portion of this. This should be pretty good. Hey man, you got about 2 minutes? Dustin, right here.
What's going on?
It's a performance talk podcast. We're doing what we call the walkabout series.
Okay.
Where we go to different conferences and that have to do with this profession.
Sure.
And talk to a professional.
Excellent.
So, tell the audience who you are.
Sure.
What you're doing here, and what this kind of conference means to you.
Sure. So, name's Dustin Steiter. I'm the director of sports performance at Chicago State University.
All right.
D1 school in Chicago, just like it sounds. And yeah, so working on some professional development here, trying to improve myself. Yeah, have a few credentials and trying to make them a little better.
There you go. There you go. The so when this your first experience here?
Second one. My first national conference was last year in New Orleans.
Okay, so tell us what you think about the difference between 1 and 2.
Really. Yeah, Las Vegas is a wild spot.
You didn't have to say that.
Well,
but,
yeah, well,
no, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, New Orleans has its own brand of wild.
Yeah.
But no, it's. I grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania, so seeing this first time in Las Vegas, it's a big deal. Yeah, so it's.
I grew up small town Missouri, so
okay.
My first time when I came over here many moons ago, I was like, and it's the crowd, man. I mean, it's always. They say New York is a city that never sleeps, boy, but I think they don't sleep for weeks around here sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to why we're here.
For sure. Yeah. Just from the conference last year, this year, I mean the venue is a lot bigger and a little more expansive,
right?
But a lot of the same kind of not same in a bad way, but like the same level, same caliber of information that we're getting, but just the venue is much more expansive than it was last year.
Oh man, I would prefer a little smaller venue. I live in Texas now, and they do some of the stuff in Texas with the tacticals and the coaches conventions, and those are great venues, but they're also they're intimate in a way that gets you to know. You see everybody the whole time you're there.
Right.
When you're here, it's like
everyone kind of goes and comes back and goes. Yeah.
But look, I don't want to. I meant to ambush you, but I don't want to keep it.
No, we're just milling around, seeing what there is to see.
We want to get a variety of people on. I'm going to give you that.
Wonderful.
That's my contact.
Perfect.
You can find my name on LinkedIn or wherever.
Yeah, I'll show you a connection.
Yeah, shoot me a connection, and we'd like to have you on the podcast sometime.
Sure.
Just to talk more in depth about, developing a strength conditioning program and trying to get that ready. Yeah. That's a whole different thing. How you got to the directorship from where you started.
Yep.
But that's not for this time.
Sure.
That's for another time. Yeah. Appreciate you stopping by.
Good to meet you. Yeah.
Right.
If you can't be good, be careful.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our next person. These things aren't real long. These intros aren't real long. We love being here. We love doing this stuff for our live audience. So we're on another in-betweener. So So yeah, just stay with us if you will, while I crunch through some of these notes. And we'll continue to work through things. What I'm looking at right now is folks are just, hanging out. And they're people just kind of have their own schedules here. It's like any other conference. But the great thing is not having to stick to a schedule. And you can kind of mill around and go around and see the stuff. What I like to see, and what it's great to see, is all of the all of the younger participants at this conference. When they're here, we get to see what the future of the profession and those kind of things. And we're going to talk to some more folks, like we did with the last young man, about the future that he's building in the schools and that kind of thing. So yeah, we are keeping it going. And if I can get Big House over here, but he's not turning around. He looks like he's just drifting around, Joe. But that's all right. Hopefully we'll get to catch him later on. So just bear with me here a little bit. Bear with us if you're live with us. Of course, if you're partaking of the recording, you don't have to worry about that. But live is a little different. There's nobody in front of the screen, and we're not out walking around right now. So it's a little different. But hopefully we can get somebody else coming through here. I don't want to disturb people or get in the way of folks, but I do want to try to get a variety of people. What time we got here? It is. We've been going for about 30 minutes, and we got a nice start. So I'm looking forward to everybody stopping in and seeing what we got going on. All right. Continuing on. I do need to see if I can't get one of the young ladies that are professionals that are walking around here that'll stop by. We want to make sure that we're encouraging our female friends as well and doing that kind of thing. So I want to make sure we get Mark Stevens next week. Forgive me here for a second, guys. So I'm just taking a few notes here of folks we'd like to talk to. Hopefully we can get to them. But it's no pressure for anybody. We're not really feeling a lot of pressure for this thing. We're just trying to keep it going. Maybe at some point we get to talk to other guys. So possibly we can get someone over here. Okay, so you can't walk by me like 9 times and not sit down and
Well, I was just going back to that.
just jump on up
Oh
here.
gosh.
About 3 minutes.
Okay. What are we talking about?
We're talking about you.
Okay.
So this is part of the podcast,
Okay.
Performance Talk, of course. My name is Ewell Gordon. My partner is Chris Costa. What we want to know in this series that we're doing is what this conference and conferences like it mean for you as a professor. You got to tell us your name first, how you got here, and all that stuff.
All right. My name is Dr. Vanessa Moreno.
Okay.
I am an academic and a strength coach. My husband also is a strength coach, so we are been sticking through it all.
Okay, where is he?
He is at home with the kids.
Oh, I see. But you can't always both go.
No, not all the time.
No, I know how that dream is.
We try. We switch off.
Yeah, I know how that dream is. So.
Yep.
But anyway, so you have been at this for how long?
About 12 years now.
Okay. And you are doing what now?
I am an assistant professor at Concordia.
Yeah, I know you said that, but I'm old, so
You're good.
don't
You're all good.
don't worry about that. So, when you come to these kind of conferences, what is it you want to take away from it?
What I can't get online anymore.
Okay.
Everything's in social media, right? Everything
Right.
is at our fingertips, but we also forget that this field is very much one-on-one or group training or working with athletes, and you can't do that over the internet.
It's all
and
about
make
people, isn't it?
It's all about people, and I think this is what it's so great to come to the national conference, is that we get to talk to people that, one, are like-minded, but also get new tips and new ways of coaching and being it together rather than just being on it. So
Well, I would tell you that having been coming to these things for ages, I've been at strength and conditioning for 30 plus years. And it's always good when like-minded people get together and you talk about it and you go, I didn't even really think of that.
right.
Or why did I forget that? A lot of times for me now, it's like, I forgot all about that. You know. But anyway, like I said, I don't want to take up a bunch of your time. Just a variety of professionals, and you walked by me 3 times, I said she is not going to get by the 4th time. But as an academic, we would like to have you on the podcast, believe it or not. There's my card.
Okay.
If you can find me on LinkedIn, that's my personal card.
Okay.
You can find me on LinkedIn. Please shoot a connect, and when you do, I'll probably ask you right then because I'll remember. I need those little clues because that's what old people. That's what old people need.
You're good.
But I appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely.
And thank you
for
very
talking
much.
to me. Appreciate
Nice
it.
to meet you.
Talk soon.
All right. Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're still here at the National Conference and we're live. And since we're already here, this conversation back here, no, we don't really. I'm just teasing. When you guys get done, you want to stop by? We're podcast, and you're already live. And just to introduce yourself and say hey and what the conference means to you, and keep it moving. Up to you.
Hi, I'm an attendee that has an opinion. I'm good.
Look, that'll work too.
I'm sure.
I already got you on audio. So, my name is Ewell Gordon. Ewell Gordon. There you go. Yep.
Ryan.
All right.
Well, to leave you to it, you have one that day, sir.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
So, with that said, let's just keep on talking about why we're here. Why we are here is to meet new people, and so, we're not here to apply any pressure to anyone or to anything like that. It's not a have to; it's a like to. It's and what we want to do is make people comfortable and make people feel like that they are ready to share. So when they're ready, we'll be ready. So okay, we are struggling a little bit on the recording side, so you see me pause real quick. I don't mean to do that on purpose, but just bear with us. We are at a hotel venue, so you know how those connections go when you need internet, but that's okay. And we are here to talk about, you know, performance coaching, and those things related to that. So with that said, let's continue to try to find someone that is willing to say a few words. As we're walking, as we're talking here, we're gonna just let you kind of look at people as they come in and out. And this really is, we'll see during our walk around period that there is a wide variety of people here, and there's a lot of people here, and there's a lot to do. So be patient. That's why we're gonna spend a couple of hours here and not just, you know, a couple of minutes. If you're live with us, you get to enjoy the pace and the variety of people on the recording. We'll try to bring that to you as much as possible. But if you look for the recordings on YouTube, Performance Talk on YouTube, and you know, on our podcast, you might see those with a little bit of extra content. Again, what we're here to do today is talk to some of these professionals and get an idea of what the profession means to them, why they come to it, and why they think it's important. Oh, I was going to talk to her, but I didn't really want to interrupt her right there. So there we are. Okay, so we're still live here at Las Vegas Caesars Palace. Again, we're live at Las Vegas Caesars Palace, and we're talking to professionals about the profession of strength and conditioning, and also some of the people that organize these things and do these kind of things, and we're talking to them as well, because they're also important to the process. So as we continue to gather people around to have this conversation, we hope that you stick with us, keep us in the background, and we'll just kind of keep it going. Okay? Hopefully I can catch the coach when he comes back by. I don't like to ambush him too early. I like to make sure that there are, you know, meaningful seconds that they can spend, and that they want to be here. So it becomes one of those things where we're just happy that we get an opportunity to get here and do those things. So the members area is a great place to do it. We didn't publicize it a lot, so I've talked to several people yesterday about coming over. Hey, Coach, you mind? No, he's ready to go. Yeah, he looks like he's already doing something, so I only asked once. because I don't want to be a pest. Although I don't mind being a pest. So we don't know what these guys are doing. So what's going on here? See if they're willing to be on this podcast or not, or maybe so. But we'll ask. See if I can get somebody's attention. Careful. You guys want to say a few words on the podcast?
Yeah, why not?
Come on over.
All right.
Look, she's going,
She actually wants to.
Come on.
I don't know. I think they want to.
Come
Jeff,
on.
I think you.
I got it.
Yeah, you belong there.
So how you
Come
doing?
on, guys. Don't be shy. Come on. Come on. My name's Ewell Gordon. The Performance Talk is the podcast. You can squeeze in on this side and you can come over here.
Okay.
What I have is a group of young folks. I tend to get some older guys around a lot of times because I'm old. But hey, tell us why you guys came to the conference this year and what it means to you. First, you got to tell me your name.
All right.
Or tell the audience your name.
My name is Jeffrey Clementi. This is my first time at the NSCA National Conference.
Well.
So thank you very much for having me. But I wanted to come just because I wanted to be around like-minded folks. I wanted to learn a little bit more.
There you
listen to
go.
some great presentations and have some fun.
There you go. Well, all of those things can be had here. Don't sell yourself short. You got something to offer too. So that's why I'm inviting everybody over.
I appreciate it.
My name is Rose Bachman. I'm doing a doctorate that's in physiology. So
Okay.
this is a little bit outside my wheelhouse, but I wanted to keep up with the new research. And this is my first time attending this conference specifically, and I thought it would be a good opportunity.
Okay, so Performance Talk is about all the professions that have to do with performance, to include the academic professions, the medical professions, the nutrition and all those guys, and the psychological professions. So we talk to professionals from across the globe. Okay, so Performance Talk, remember that, I keep saying it. I haven't forgotten you. Anthony, right?
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten you.
My name's Anthony Pinzone. I'm also doing my PhD in exercise physiology.
Okay.
I mean, I like coming to conferences to present research, but also just as networking, talk to people, consumer research,
Okay. So you guys, you shouldn't have been shy. You got a lot to offer here.
Great.
Okay, so we're on the podcast Performance Talk. You have been live, and we're recording it as well.
Awesome.
And hopefully we know enough about what we're doing that everything comes out well, and it'll be reserved for ever and ever, and you'll be on the camera forever and
I
ever.
love it. That's great.
Okay, guys, I'm not going to keep you. I appreciate
Thank
you
you so
stopping
much.
by.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yep. All right, that was a group of young people that stopped by and talked to us for a few minutes. That's always great because it's their first time. It's their first time at the conference, and it's really one of those things where, you know, getting to see the first timers come in and sit down and do this is exciting for me because everybody seems like they got something they know. So appreciation for what the younger crew is and the youngsters are bringing to the professions. And we had 2 doctoral students and one young professional, all at their first conference. And you can tell they're kind of excited, and that's good. We need that excitement, we need that growth, and we need that youth in the profession. So as we move along, we look around and we see if we can find some other folks. You know, one of the things that we try not to do is be intrusive. So we're really not going to intrude on people, but we're going to ask if they seem if they glance at us like they're interested, or if I can get their attention. In the meantime, this is Performance Talk with Ewell Gordon. My partner Chris Costa couldn't make it this time, but I'm sure that he's at the house, doing the things that he needs to do to take care of business. So in the meantime, what we want to do is continue to go on. Again, Performance Talk, Walkabout series. We're going to continue to do this until we can fill it up. So that's what we're planning to do. So we're live again from Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace. This is Performance Talk with Ewell Gordon and Chris Costa. The fun part of this is getting some young faces in here and getting some young folks in here with a mix of our veterans and our old head strength coaches that have been around for a while. This has been something that I hope we can continue in the future. A lot of things are going to depend on that, but so far this is pretty good, and I think it's going to be a win-win. We'll get better at the live part of it in the future, I'm sure. Right now, like I said, it's just me got this going on, and that's it. Excuse me, Coach. Come on. Come on over. Oh, have a seat. Thank you, Coach. So, Coach, my name is Ewell Gordon. Podcast is Performance Talk. And we talk about all things performance. And what we're here to do today is kind of see who came to the conference, what the conference means to them, and why you think it's important. So if you will, tell the audience who you are, and fire away.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name's...
there you go. You're fine.
So my name is Vinay. I'm a graduate kinesiology student at University of Florida. I work as a sports science intern with my university's football team, and back home in India, I work with wellness professionals in upskilling the industry. This conference has meant something. Has got me a wonderful professional network to meet and get to know working professionals in the industry. And apart from that, something else that has really helped me out over here over the past few days is that I was just able to get to see what are the latest trends in the industry, especially with regards to research. There are a lot of PhD students here, and I'm about to graduate in a few more months, and I'm I don't know what I'm going to do with my life after I graduate. So I was planning on getting into higher education. And seeing what most of the PhD and the grad students are currently researching on has given me a sense of direction as to what I can get into. And another thing that I really appreciate is that NSCA has an educator say, special interest group for people who are interested in teaching, and that's something that really motivates me. So I was able to attend a keynote this morning about how what are the trends in creating quality educational materials. And that's something that I really appreciate.
Well, so this conference, you were working this conference like a champion. But that's what these things are for, man. And I appreciate hearing that from somebody at your level. And I'll give you a little tip as an old guy out here, which I don't do a lot, but I do some. When you see old guys out here, these guys got a wealth of knowledge. If you can get somebody's attention, spend 3-4 minutes with them. You bring your cards with you?
Yeah, but I've been networking as much as I can.
Do as much as you can, because you never know when something might pop up that you could use. And that's what these things are more about than anything. But hey, listen, I appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good to meet you. And it's Performance Talk. That's the podcast. A lot of the folks that are speaking here and that are walking around here have been on the show. So stop in and have a listen.
Definitely.
It's really informal, but you can get some professional nuggets out of it.
Absolutely.
All right.
I appreciate your time.
All right,
It was
no
nice
problem.
To meet you. Thank you both.
Okay, again, Performance Talk with Ewell Gordon and Chris Costa. I am just sitting here waiting for the next person that's willing to stop and have a conversation with us about this profession, but more importantly about themselves, what they're doing, and why they're here and how they're here. So stay tuned as we continue to go through and discuss, those types of things. What we're going to do is later on, what you can expect is me to be walking around, having a little conversation with just like you would in anywhere else when you're touring something, but having a little conversation with folks about certain kinds of things, and then we'll just kind of move on like that. So staying set up and being able to walk around and do that, that's great. Maybe maybe in the future, one of the ideas that I'm thinking of right now while we're here is to have someone who walks around with us is strictly camera mic guy. And I think some young person that came on this on this adventure would appreciate that for 3 hours each day. But yeah, that's thinking out loud. But if you got some ideas of what you think after you see this whole thing and everything goes around, let us know. Stop by Performance Talk with Ewell Gordon and Chris Costa on any social media platform and tell us what you're thinking, good or bad. We know we're not perfect. And I absolutely know that this is a first attempt at this. So what we're trying to do is just, get an attempt in, and then we can learn from our mistakes or from what we did well. Again, we didn't do a lot of publishing, a lot of promotion on this because it's kind of our inaugural run of trying to make things happen. So, Performance Talk with Ewell Gordon and Chris Costa. Stick around live, folks. It's going to go quiet for a while, but no worries. And kind of keep everything running while we're waiting. We're at a natural pause in these kind of things, so bear with us. And we're not necessarily moving around right now, but later on we'll be moving around a little bit more. But this is just to see to give you an idea and let a few people come and talk and give you an idea about how these things go and who's here. Let you know who's here. It's an outstanding collection of professionals, And I really would, I really do wish that more would stop by. So that's the part that I'm looking forward to. So. Okay, let's see if we can catch up with a couple people. Yes. What's that opportunity? So hopefully we get a chance to catch him before he goes. But it is. Hey, Coach. How you doing, man? You want to stop by and spend a couple minutes with us?
One second. Can I grab some ribbons?
Oh, you good. Get your ribbons. Get your ribbons. I thought you was done. I wouldn't have cut you off right there. Ladies and gentlemen, again, it's Performance Talk with Ewell Gordon and Chris Costa. We are awaiting our next guest. We'll let him introduce himself, but I'm gonna talk to him here real quick. Coach, how you doing today?
Good. How are y'all?
We are just fine. This is Performance Talk. We are a podcast. The NSCA let us in this year to sit down and broadcast. We're live and recording.
Okay.
But what we're doing is we're checking out everybody that's at the conference. We're talking to professionals about why they think the conference is important and what it means to them. So, if you will, for the audience, introduce yourself, where you're from and that kind of thing, and then let's get into it a little bit.
Sure. Well, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm Dr. Quincy Johnson. I'm a professor at the University of Kansas. I have my PhD, Health Human Performance from Oklahoma State University, Master's in Health Human Performance, Oklahoma State University. I did my undergrad at Midland University. So my background is in strength conditioning, sports science. Over the last few years, I've really just focused on developing the most robust and resilient athletes from youth all the way up to Olympic level of sport.
Okay, well, hey, we're glad to have you on because it's a unique perspective about where you're at with your career and your life. And don't tell nobody, but I'm Dr. Gordon. And so I just try to stay off on the side. Yes, sir. But what I really appreciate about you stepping up is that you're on the academic side,
right?
And that's not always a visible thing to people in this profession,
right?
But also, I talk a lot to the NSCA and other places about diversity in this profession,
right,
and diversity in academics in this profession. You know, you just covered all my bases.
Right.
So I don't have to jump on there and try so hard.
Right.
But I appreciate all of that, man. And look, like I said, I don't want to take up everybody's time, but this is my car.
Okay.
This is me. I'd like to have you on the show.
Yes, sir.
So if you hit me up on LinkedIn, any of the social media,
okay,
or you can find Performance Talk, or if all that fails, just hit the number.
Okay.
And then we'll get together and see if we can get you scheduled.
Yeah.
And I'd like to dive in a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
And
That
see what we got
sounds good.
going on. I'm from Missouri, man.
Okay. You're just right there.
Yeah,
just
right
there.
across the street.
Yes, sir.
But no, that's where I'm from. I'm living in Texas now.
Okay.
Because one of them winters up there got me. And I
Get
rolled
you.
out.
Rolled out. You committed, committed to the warmer weather. Yeah.
I did. Hey, but I appreciate you for stopping by.
Well,
man.
thank you.
Let you get back
Yes,
to
sir.
what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. You don't think you're getting away back there in the background, do you? Come on. Now you have to get on the show. The show.
Marketing. I do have the interview with somebody at 11:30.
That's all right. It's not good. It's not. It's about 3 minutes.
Okay, I've got 3 minutes for you.
All right. So we are here with a professional from the field.
I'm supposed to interview. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well, you better go. Well, hey, you got to come back though.
I do.
All right. So I'm going to watch an interview. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry for interrupting.
No, you're fine. You can be in the shop. That's important. Gina. I get to get you instead now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I saw you when you came in. I said, well, she's not going to get away, but. So, you got a couple minutes? So, slide on up on the seat so you can get in the camera. People are watching you live.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So, there you are there. We are Performance Talk, right? We're a podcast, and all we do is talk about the fields of performance. So, we've been talking to coaches and administrators and everybody today about the conference. This is called a walkabout series for our podcast.
Okay.
We go to separate conferences and try to get people a feel for it and for the people that are there. So that's your cue where you get to introduce yourself. Tell us what you're doing here, why you're here.
My name is Gina Nevels. I teach, I'm an instructor at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
Okay.
Primary goal is to learn more things about that research that's going on in our field, and to get some information while I'm here on what our program needs to do to make sure we're accredited when the time comes.
So you're building a program? Are you part of that build? Or
I'm part of the kinesiology department, exercise science track at our school, so gathering more information on that.
Okay, so you scout?
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, that's great. One of the things about this profession that we're all in, whether on the academic side, coaching side, or whatever it is all the people.
Sure.
There's a mountain of people here.
Yeah.
And then what surprised me when I was probably your age, see, I'm old now, but way back when, what surprised me were the number of academics that were here.
Sure.
I was like, all these smart people here, I need to leave.
Definitely growing.
But so for you, this conference means several things, is what I'm hearing, right? So what's the most important?
Probably the biggest thing that we have on the list to work on is getting our program accredited.
Okay.
So learning what all the things are to check off to make sure that happens.
Been able to find some of that since you've been here?
I'm just getting started.
Just getting started? Oh, you just got here today?
Later last night.
Late last night, yeah. I took that early flight at 3 o'clock. Or I got up at 3. Anyway, that's a whole other story. That's why I'm over here nodding and bobbing.
Yeah.
If you see me under the chair in a little while, you know why. We are here again. Gina, last name?
Nevels.
Gina Nevels, live and in living color.
Cool.
And thank you for stopping by. Okay. Look, here's what we're gonna do, Gina. People can still hear us, but we're live, so I don't care.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you that card.
Okay.
So contact me sometime. We'll see if we can get you on the full podcast, just to talk about development of that program and some of the people
You
involved.
want me to give you the cliff notes of it, huh?
No, this is the whole thing. You know? All right, I appreciate you stopping by.
All right.
Yep. Okay, so far so good. Let's see if we can get a man to jump in here real quick. Oh, darn it. His wife will get here. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. Good people around here. So far. Again, this is Performance Talk with Ewell and Chris Costa. We're at the National Convention for the National Strength Conditioning Association. What we are trying to do is just give people a feel for what we've got going on here. And this will be, you're seeing it live, some of you are seeing it live, but we're recording, and when we put the recording out, you'll see a combination of that and the walk around that we do, and the whole thing once it's put together. What you're seeing is the live process of collecting all these films for this series, and then we'll let you know when it's going to be out and up on the internet. It'll probably be in 2 or 3 parts, depending on how much content we get. But it should be a great little series. And so far, we've had great interviews with super people, and that's been an outstanding circumstance. So all the way around, we're going to have. Let's see. Here's what's going to happen if they get ready to do another talk in here. What I'm going to do is shut it down, shut the live portion down. But we'll come back live after that's done, and we'll pause the recording. Okay? Okay, I'm talking too much on here, but just so you know, I don't want you to have to sit through, a situation where you're not comfortable. So what time is it? It is. It's 12:33. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a break, and we'll be back shortly. Live, I'm going to keep you running. We're going to take a break live, and we'll keep you running. And we'll be back soon. So we're gonna go down live for a second, but we'll be right back.